Tomorrow is the last little bit of time that we are going to spend with Velma because finally, which I know it seems like an eternity, even though it wasn't, and it was only a couple of weeks, but finally, Velma is over. Family woman and the brains of the operation drop. These are the last 2 episodes of this series. And then I wonder, where will things go with this series after that? Will we get a season 2? Now, there's a claim that one's coming, but we don't know that for sure just yet. I'm curious if David Zaslav will waste the money on this show. I really am. But it's fun to see. It's fun to see some outlets just absolutely destroying this show. There's a channel that does these things called pitch meetings. The name of the channel, Pitch Meeting. That's it. They just basically do kind of parody pitch meetings for a show, how the show was conceived between 2 executives. And this one is one of the better ones that I've seen them do. It's pretty brutal. And what I find funny about it is look at how many views this got. 1.6 million 5 days ago. People love destroying the show, and they brought up some good points in this. Mostly the question that many of you, I'm sure, have had since this show was conceived. Who is this for? And they point that out in this. They say, so you're going to make fun of adults that watch animation, and you're going to make fun of Scooby Doo. So who is the target audience here? And I thought that was a really good question. Why are you making fun of your audience? You're shitting on Scooby Doo every episode, and you're making fun of adults who like animation. Who do you expect to like this show? Who are you trying to cater to here? They made some good points in it, and it's probably got more views than the series has. Well, at least an episode of it. 1.6 million people watched Velma get destroyed right here. And the comments are pretty spot on. Well, also make fun of the adults that watch animation. Isn't that our target audience? Oh, yeah. Well, screw them. Cue me belting out laughter. Holy crud, is this security cam footage from the pitch meeting? Because I'm convinced this is exactly how it went down. There's no other explanation for Velma. Also, you've gained a subscriber. And this quote nails it right here because it's true. So the executive guy asks the Mindy Kaling guy, who is this show for? And then he said, well, I'll tell you, sir, me. Truly the Mindy Kaling pitch meeting of all time. It's true. Who is this show for? It's for Mindy Kaling. This is a self-insert show. It's a self-insert show. And it's funny. This pitch is probably the actual pitch. I can't wait. I want to see the ratings. So they did bring this up. They brought up the hate watching thing. I don't think that that's true. I don't think that many people are still watching this show. I do think a lot of people tuned in for the first 2 episodes. And I think most of the people left after the first episode. We'll know when we get the ratings, but I just can't see any. This show is awful. Unless you have some kind of gain out of watching the show. Like, watching the show for me, there's a gain because I can make content about it. And unless you have a reason to watch this, like I don't see there. I highly doubt there's barely any fan. Not enough fans of this show to actually support it. So I think there's a lot of people making fun of it. Absolutely. But I don't think there's a lot of people watching it. And that's not enough justification to make a season 2. If they make a season 2 of this series, that sounds like such a financial disaster. Because how do you justify that cost? I just don't see it. I don't see it. And when people say they do enjoy this show, it's never because of the show. So here's this article that came out 3 minutes ago. Velma on HBO Max, don't believe the reactions. The show is entertaining. And this article does 0 attempts at telling you why the show is entertaining. What it does is tells you why people aren't enjoying Velma. And then in there they say, oh, it's because of the characters' changes, the characters being changed, race and sexuality, and they're nothing like the original show. And then they go on to talk about how Velma is worth watching. And none of the reasoning here is a reason to watch the show. None of it. First and foremost, when going into something new, see it for what it is. The show is in no way Scooby Doo. This could be the biggest problem going in. 8 episodes in, and the only mention of a dog was a joke when Velma asked, what did Scooby do? Although, that shouldn't make a difference. There has been enough comic book movies and TV shows that have shied away from the source material and get high marks. The Boys on Amazon Prime is almost nothing like the comic, yet it's a show people anticipate. All of the changes made in Velma is what makes the show enjoyable. While there's a ton of adult content, the heart of the original program is still there. It's still goofy and fun. There's a mystery to be solved, and the first cast members are still involved and play a big role. In the past, shows and movies have been review bombed with bad reviews because people don't like the change. Captain Marvel is a prime example of this. The movie was getting bad fan reviews before it was released, even though critics received it well, and I've talked about that. I've played that clip a million times where these people talk about how they just played along with the system.
Everybody in our industry occasionally has to play softball, occasionally has to, look the other way a little bit. Everybody has to do it.
Wait, we're turning what? Like a movie
in the sense that,
or?
I hated a movie, but I won't say that I hated the movie. Or an actor behaved a sort of way, and you don't want to, put it out there that happened.
Right, because you might not get the next review,
right.
Next
So
gig.
to some degree, everybody in our industry that is a part of this quote-unquote access media has to sort of decide which battles they want to pick.
So I always find it funny when they bring up Captain Marvel. First off, it's funny that they're even bringing up Captain Marvel in this review. The movie got bad fan reviews, even though critics liked it. No, they didn't. They played along with Marvel and Disney, showing how corrupt they are. So is Velma worth watching? We're saying, once again, it's getting review bombed, even by critics, though. These people are such a joke. So laughable to see this kind of shit now. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.